everybody. Welcome back to the Safe Farm Podcast. I cannot believe what I am looking at. Explain.
So after the whole grind spot episode uploading and all that, I decided to make a new logo, a side genre to our grind spot called the Grind Spot Gaiden.
Oh my god.
And prior, I said prior, not prior.
Yeah, prior.
Yeah, I said prior to this podcast, like I swear, like 2 hours ago, I made this very logo.
What is it? What is the difference between the shows?
It's basically a shorter version. It doesn't even go for heaps long.
What are you just gonna? I'm just gonna show the script. It's just my love and fear of Soulsborne games. There's your fucking. Your But is the video gonna be 5 seconds long and just M-frayed and then it just ends?
Yeah, basically. It's like M-frayed.
M-frayed fam.
I'm shaken.
God.
I'm shook.
Why, dude?
There's no such thing as halfway crooks, eh?
Eh?
None of you get that reference. Fuck off.
Correct. Yeah, no, just before we go on, please check out The Grind Spot. The first episode is about the new Dragon Quest game. They've made it lovingly, with all his, mispronunciations.
Shout out to Arseface.
Yeah, shout out to Arseface.
Good old Arseface. Hero of the year.
The hero we didn't know we needed.
But the one we definitely did deserve. Just in
We should start a Twitter poll where it's we ask all like 20 followers we have on Twitter like for Arseface, retweet for Spider Cop.
I think we went down by one. It went to 19.
Oh my god, who?
It's probably after the Grind Spot review. They've gone, nah, fuck this, somehow.
I was gonna say, is this a reaction to our Bazette stance?
Nah, it's definitely the Grind Spot. It has nothing to do with Bowser. Who now has... Who already, apparently, and I do say apparently because I'm not watching it, there are already porn-related things on Pornhub.
What, for Bazette?
Jack, I want to know how you came across that though.
Pornhub, for some reason, is amazing with statistics, like notoriously.
Also blame social media.
Yeah, blame social
media.
Because
it was either IGN or Kotaku that shared it.
Look,
and
Jack,
I'm like,
I'm not gonna shame you for whatever pages you're following, man. It's fine.
Just don't do it on our...
on our Twitter.
It seems on 9/11 we shared this pornographic image. Whoops.
So Josh, can I ask, did you have intros for this episode?
I was gonna do a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air rap thing, but I feel like this is the way.
Oh no! No! You better do a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air rap.
I'll do it at the end of the podcast, alright? So something to look forward to.
Alright. Okay, that's for damn sure. I'm fucking G'd up for that now.
Cool. Today on the menu we have Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer footage. Everyone I've met in person today has told me the game's going to be good like I made it, which is really weird.
Cool.
What else is in the news? Jack, you said something about Diablo news?
Oh no, just Blizzard is apparently teasing more Diablo things ahead of the almighty BlizzCon, so I am keen.
Do you think that Diablo's real-world marketplace will eventually fall to communism?
It is possible. It is entirely possible. I wouldn't count it out.
Because I want that. I would play Diablo exclusively for that, to be part of that downfall.
It's like whenever you complete dungeons now, the loot splits evenly between you and your party members.
Not gonna lie, that would be amazing.
Oh my god.
And of course,
course,
break it down to crafting materials so we may give it out evenly.
Jesus Christ.
You then have to rebuild the weapon. Smith 100.
You know what, boys? It wouldn't be a Safe File podcast if you didn't have me and possibly Jack yelling at something.
Alright, we're gonna yell at GameSpot, and by GameSpot we mean EB Games.
The Australian brand.
I was gonna say, don't you mean GameStop and not GameSpot?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Just wanted to clarify.
I just want to yell at
them,
things.
to be fair.
Alright, so I'll start us off. So, Now, my brother-in-law's birthday was a couple months ago, and my sister was like, "Look, I need your help. I just want to know what games he would want for his birthday." So me and all the boys chipped in and bought him a PS4 Pro, because his original PS4 carked it, and my mum and my sister and my dad just got him games essentially. Now my sister got him Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Assassin's Creed is one of his favourite series, and she goes, which edition should I get? Now, being it's a Ubisoft game, there's at least 16 of them. So I said, you know what, just get in the gold
almost
edition.
as many Skyrim versions. Almost.
Okay, so just get in the gold edition, because that way it's got the season pass, it's got everything he wants.
Big fucking mistake.
I went in on Tuesday to collect it. And he'd been saying, he was thinking about upgrading to the Medusa edition, and me being the fucking top-notch brother-in-law to be that I am, I said, you know what, fuck this. Without telling him, I said, I'll pay the difference and I'll just get him the Medusa edition, right? Now, this is the first time where I fucking don't pay attention to the editions. So I go into EB Games and there's two people that are picking up gold editions in front of me. Whatever, they're picking up their editions, good on them, hope they enjoy the game. Gets to me, and I asked the guy behind the counter, I go, hey man, listen, do you happen to have a spare Medusa edition? Because I want to upgrade mine. And he goes, oh man, you've solved my problem. And it took me a second, but I'm like, well, why? What's your problem? He goes, we ran out of gold editions. And I'm like, what do you mean, bro? I pre-ordered this. I paid it off 3 months ago. He goes, I honestly don't know what to tell you. I am so sorry, but I am so glad you upgraded to the Medusa edition, because we didn't get enough gold editions.
In an act of defiance, you should have swapped back to the gold edition.
No, but so here's the thing. I go, alright man, well thank God I'm getting the Medusa edition. And he goes, alright man, that'll be $30 different. No worries, I pay for that. And then he goes, did you want the season pass as well? And I went, what do you want about? And he goes, season pass doesn't come with it. I go, are you serious? He goes, it's a Ubisoft game. Of course the highest edition they sell at retail wouldn't have the season pass.
What?
So I had to fork.
What?
So I had to fork out an extra $60 for the season pass on top of that.
You fucking what?
No, I'm being dead
You
set.
heard him. You heard him.
Now, here's the thing. Later on that day, I'm talking to Jack, sends me a message, and he goes, I'm not going back to my local EB. Now, I'm thinking Jack is one of the most calm and patient people I know when it comes to retail situations. He works in retail. He gets it. He's not a shit customer. So I'm thinking, what the hell happened to make him say, I'm not going back to my local EB again? He goes, bro, you're not going to believe this, but they didn't have enough gold editions. Me and my brother didn't get them. And I go, no, dude, dead set. I went through the same thing as well. And we had a full conversation about it.
So, one of the really nice things about the gold edition was that you were meant to be able to play it early. 3 days early. So, I was meant to get it on Tuesday. It's Wednesday evening. I don't have it. And it's not coming in until tomorrow.
It really sucks to be you.
And that they only... Apparently, it was all because of the long weekend. Well, I'm sorry, that was always going to happen. You should have known about the long weekend. But also that originally, on their first order of them, the guy said that they only had 2. You're telling me
what?
The first order you had of gold editions only had 2? For the only 2 people that pre-ordered?
Okay.
What?
So I work in wholesale. I work with suppliers, so I know how this kind of stuff works behind the scenes. How? How does
But
that...
what I don't get is you paid for yours prior, Jack. You
Last Wednesday.
pre-ordered, and they couldn't get it in time. It's a public holiday for us, not for Canada, where the game's coming from. How? How did this happen?
So, I'm going to have
And
it 1 day earlier than everyone.
Hold up, because you think you got it bad. I pre-ordered Louis' one back in fucking August. Back in early August, and they didn't have enough. How does this happen? To me, it's a fucking joke.
Maybe that's what happens when you've got 7 different editions, that you get a little confused.
See, I believe that they did this on purpose to aggravate the entire world.
I think that's clearly it.
Just
I
to
mean,
put a little anger back into the world, you know?
Yeah, Ubisoft, the company that's been going, it's been one of the AAA companies that's actually been going alright and not getting into trouble, is like, nah, we can't have that. We need to get ourselves into trouble.
There's no controversy around this game. Let's fix that.
You can't put the spike.
Early reviews are saying it could be one of the best Assassin's Creeds. No, let's surround it in controversy.
That's how you know Jackson rages. He starts cutting people off like he did with Amp.
To be fair, cutting Amp off is a rite of passage.
That's a common thing.
Oh my god. Oh man. But yeah, that's the weekly.
But Ant,
final news of Rage.
Ant, you're telling me that instead I could get Dragon Quest XI and I don't have to download anything?
Yeah, you can just.
Yes.
Are you telling me you can just put in the disc and there's a game on it?
All you gotta do is put in the disc. The only thing you have to wait for is the game data to copy into the system.
No, mate, that sounds like witchcraft to me.
That's sorcery, yeah.
That is the only thing you have to wait for. You open that game, no installing now will appear on the top of the screen.
Well, where do developers get their programming ability? Hogwarts? Because this shit does not sound normal.
Oh, yeah. I've never said that.
Hacks are
Also, I'm only imagining how good a C++ lesson in Hogwarts would be. Imagine that, you fuck up the code and you can just say like some random shit like Erasius errors or some shit. Like
Debuggius Proteus.
That's gotta be a spell!
Oh god.
Holy shit, that would be amazing.
We do not know Harry Potter.
Sorcius Errorus.
J.K. Rowling will say, no, that spell was always in there, that was planned.
Yeah, no, it was totally in there the entire time. I am a writing genius.
Is canon.
Now, so after our subtle shots at J.K. Rowling, let's move on to something kind of nice. Charbel, you want to just go off on Red Dead for a bit?
Alright. Yeah.
Everyone, smoke them if you got them, just take 5.
Yeah, just walk away from the podcast, make some pop.
Jack's gone off to make coffee again.
I've actually got it. I'll just drink it. But yeah, well, we could leave for 5 minutes and Charbs will still be going, so it should be sweet.
Because it is fucking great. Back me up here. How fucking good was it?
Oh, dude, the gameplay that I've seen so far from this. It's basically, like the evolution of like the wanted system, the whole I guess the wildlife and all that. Your horse can shit.
Yeah, your horse shits dynamically, apparently.
Yeah.
That's how you know we're truly in next gen. Your horse has shit dynamically.
Why? Why is this something we need?
Because it's attention to detail, Jack. I'm telling you, God of War would have been.
So this is a game you actually don't really want in.
Because they want to put on the
AR.
cover, it's the shit.
Hang on. God of War.
This game is the shit. No, we mean it.
Jack, just imagine how immersive God of War would be if Atreus had to stop every 15 seconds for a bathroom break.
This game.
Every time he does it, Kratos' Spartan rage meter just fills up.
Could you imagine that tagline? It's like, this game is the
Gods don't shit.
feces.
Oh my god. But it just looks phenomenal. Like, I can't wait for it. You already know I can't wait for it, but now I'm about ready to go out and rob trucks for, like, the game. Like, I'm ready.
I am ready for the, I'm ready to ride with Van der Lin's crew, man.
100%.
If it's as good as early reviews and perspectives of everyone's gotten and everything, could be the next Skyrim. The game that everyone just plays for years.
You mean it's gonna have 13 ports?
No, just in terms of it'll be that game that every man and their dog is playing.
What, like GTA 5?
Well,
Don't you mean the best?
that's buying. I don't know if everyone's always playing GTA.
I mean, I honestly do hope that somehow we don't have microtransactions in this. If I'm gonna fucking pay for gold bars, I will be annoyed.
You gotta pay. Don't worry. I hear in Red Dead you can get the Mexicans to pay for it.
But you guys, you've seen like the file size for this, right? Like 105 gigabytes to put into
Oh
your
yeah,
system.
God!
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that, Josh?
You're gonna have to have a separate PlayStation for this
We'll have to
game.
buy a new hard drive just to run it.
Oh man, like
That's what happens when you want dynamic shits.
Guys, remove the shit.
This went from...
This is the only time I'll ever tell Rockstar to cut the shit.
No, but seriously, this is like in a matter of a week, or I think 2 weeks, we've gone from like we haven't even left the horse, man. Like we've went from the horse dick now it's to the horse shit.
They just keep making the horses more realistic.
Yeah, fuck. Imagine how detailed the humans must be then.
Did you know like there's an alternate ending where you contract the measles and die?
That would actually be
The darkest time.
pretty accurate.
Oh my god.
I now want a Black Plague version.
On it.
That's Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Jack.
It won't be called Red Dead Redemption. It'll be called Dead.
I thought you were gonna say Unity because of all the bugs. Basically, didn't work and was broken.
Oh my god. What sucks is I actually like had hope for Unity. I'm like, oh, the French Revolution, that's an interesting time period. I'm like, oh, this guy seems like he's fucking not just a cardboard cutout.
I remember you telling me about your hopes for Unity.
Oh man, they were
Days.
fucking dashed.
Unity has still provided one of the best moments in gaming, though, for our little group, Charbs.
Oh man, nah. So, okay, let's give I've never told them this story. I think.
Oh, glorious!
So, you remember how Unity was broken at launch?
No.
Well, part of the way they made up for it.
No, what? This is news to me.
Well, part of the way they made up for it. Apparently so. Just off reports, I never played it at launch. Thank God. But so okay. Here's the funny thing. Part of the way they made up for that was they released their major expansion, The Dead Kings, for free. Now, in that expansion, Arno gets a new weapon called the guillotine gun. So it's literally an axe with a fucking cannon on it. Right?
No, he's not. It's basically an old-fashioned hand cannon with the axe on the front.
It's literally, you know the cannons on the side of your ships in AC4 flag? Arno took one, attached an axe to it, and now it's his weapon.
Pretty much. And it's amazing.
No, I mean, here's the thing. It actually fires mortars. It's fucking great. Now, here's the funny bit. I think it was like a few days after Dead Kings had launched, I was obviously playing the expansion. Unity had co-op, so me, Jack, one of my mates, Clinton, hops on, and Louis, my brother-in-law, and they're like, alright, yeah, we're playing whatever. And I can't remember exactly what mission it was, but we're on a mission where we have to take out a bunch of targets, and I think we like got extra, I don't know if the extra points if we did it like at the same time or something, or we had to do it at the same time. Now, I'm on this rooftop overlooking the targets. Clinton is going through the crowd trying to sneak them. And I'm like, you know what? They're right by each other. I'll just fire my fucking guillotine gun and that'll kill them. So, I fire my guillotine gun into this group. I kill the two guys and Clinton just yells out, "What the fuck? They have cannons!" He just lost it. And plus, Clinton was wearing like his fucking surround sound headphones and shit. And he was right at ground zero of the blast. And it just went off and he's like, "What the fuck was that?" I go, "That was my gun." And he just like lost his shit at me for about 5 minutes straight.
And it's probably the funniest for me because I'm sitting there thinking, crap, they've decided that we're going to give your NPC enemies guns. Literal cannonballs, because there were actual cannons on the mission, and I'm like, great, they're shooting cannonballs at us. This is going to go fantastically.
But yeah, so for anyone listening, that's how you know I'm a great person to have in your co-op team. Because I'll take the initiative to blow the enemy team up.
Charbs doesn't understand. There's a reason he doesn't play stealth games, and that's because he just goes to Rambo. Like, he would be very bad at Hitman.
Is
He'd
it that
never
guy
get
who's
any
like
points.
stealthing, one guy catches him and suddenly he goes full Rambo?
No, I think
Okay.
Charbs just runs in there.
Oh, I know who
There
he
is no
is.
immediate. There's no.
Alright.
Yo,
Hey,
Leroy
it's just
Jenkins.
stealth if no one's
Yo,
left at the
Leroy
end.
Jenkins.
I mean,
Charbs,
Leroy
Charbs,
Jenkins didn't make it out alive. I completed the mission for us, so I'm like Leroy Jenkins 2.0, much improved. Such wow.
numerous times I've sent Charbs screenshots of my wonderful Assassin's Creed adventures, and it's like, nobody to telling you if nobody's alive, and it's the classic Assassin's Creed. There's a pile of guards that are dead.
So guys,
Yeah, but I mean, you can't fault that logic now, can you? Who's going to alert him? Oh no, fucking Johnny from around the corner's dead. Like, I mean, that's it. It's over.
I wanted to ask you two, who will you be playing as in Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
Cassandra.
I don't know yet. Everyone I know is doing Cassandra, so I might just do Alexios just because it's not what everyone's doing. But either way, like, it seems like they've done a good job with it. And I mean, it doesn't change the story, so...
I thought I heard Cassandra
like-
was canon.
Was it?
I don't know. Don't
Speaking
quote me on
about
that,
canon.
but
I think it's
technically,
one
if you want to go canon, you should probably join Sparta, since they won the war.
I think what
Spoilers, fuck!
I think that either the director.
spoilers for ancient history, guys.
I think the director said like, yeah, just play as Cassandra.
Oh, that's...
I mean,
Don't
I
tell
think
me
it's just
that.
different playing someone like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the dude then.
Josh, fuck the
Fuck
police.
the director. Oh god.
So,
Josh, you just
for
one of the
those-
classic people. It's like,
fuck the director.
you're telling me to play this game this way, so I'm gonna play it the other way.
Oh yeah, no, I'm totally that person.
Okay.
I used to do 1% runs of games, which is the worst thing you could possibly do.
What the fuck is a 1%?
So I used to play a lot of Metroid, right? I used to. And
Yeah.
I played this game called Metroid Fusion, and in it, it shows you what your percentage is at the end. And it's possible to get it's not exactly 1%, but it's possible to not pick up any upgrades throughout the entire game. So you can beat the game with 1% completion.
Jesus.
It is fucking hard to do that.
I can't imagine why. It's almost like they never intended you to not pick up any upgrades.
So it's like
Don't.
it's like
fuck
playing
with
Dark
it.
Souls, never leveling up,
No, it's like playing Dark Souls with nothing but the pants and club.
which has also been done because
Yeah.
people are insane.
Yeah, of course they are. but-
And not dying once.
one of my favorite channels on YouTube is one called Zero Lenny. I think I showed you, Amp, but he has a bunch of videos called the Bloodborne Experience, the Dark Souls Experience,
He's
like
actually
all
pretty
them.
funny.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
He goes through all of them with like the shittest weapons in the game. Like for Dark Souls, he'll use the broken straight sword. In Bloodborne, he'll use the torch. He beat the DLC and the original game with nothing more than a torch.
I watched this guy called the Killian Experience, and he did one for he was doing a Dark Souls speed run, saying he was going to be the first one to ever do a Dark Souls speed run on the new remastered edition.
Mm.
And it's just like, man, the club and pants are overpowered. Don't tell them about this. He's just going through and clubbing everything to death. He does all 4 of like the major bosses in the game in about 30 seconds, but the beginning area took him 14 minutes.
Also, I actually want to start a crowdfunding campaign,
Oh no.
right? Now,
Oh, here we go.
why'd you say, oh no, what's the worst that could happen?
Well, you.
So
and
I want to
Kickstarter-
start a I want to start a crowdfunding campaign to get Jack to play through Bloodborne with a proper fucking weapon. Because he went through the whole thing with the fucking threaded cane.
It's great. It's fantastic.
No, it's not!
It's fantastic.
No, it's not. That is... No, everyone knows you pick either the Hunter's Axe or the Saw Cleaver at the start.
Everyone knows that you win fashion points, and so you pick the threaded cane.
Everyone
No,
knows that you just get a stick of dynamite, go into Deadeye, and throw it at people.
What game are you playing?
Red Dead.
Are you seriously playing Red Dead right now?
No. I'm not playing.
Damn it,
Red
I
Dead.
got my hopes up.
You did get your hopes
You
up.
should.
I'm not gonna play 2. Specifically to get the reaction that you're about to have.
Yeah, Charbs, I only agreed to playing 1. No one said I had to play 2.
No, but you know what? I've got enough faith in the first game that if you play that, you will have to play 2.
That's a good fucking point.
Fair.
More importantly, I actually would, in a way, I wish 2 had come out first, because 2 takes place before 1, and I've brought this up before. But again, it just fucking shits me. Why are we naming why are we giving sequel numbers to games that are prequels?
Yeah.
What about the new God of War being technically God of War 4, but being called God of War?
Or how Kingdom Hearts 3 will be the 12th game in the series.
Yeah, that's really fun. How complicated is this game? Kingdom Hearts 3 will be the 12th game in the series. Oh.
No, that's it. I was talking to one of my mates, Jack, you remember this. I was talking to my mate George, and he goes, but how complicated is Kingdom Hearts? Like, if I was to play it, where would I start? I go, well, first you'd want to play through the 1.5 collection, and that's one Chain of Memories and I think 358 over 2 days or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I go, then you want to play through Kingdom Hearts 2.5, which is the next 3 games, and then you want to play through Kingdom Hearts 2.8. And he goes, cuz what the fuck is the point of all those games? I go, they're all canon. I go, you can't miss one.
You actually can't miss one.
You will actually be confused if you do not play them.
Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts story is, if you listen to it from beginning to end, not that complicated. It's needlessly twisty, but like, you can get
but
it.
for someone who played
12 games.
Yeah. When people say it's a bad story, I let them. I respect their opinion, but I really loved the story, even though it's so fucking.
The
weird.
story's great.
Yeah.
You just it's because that they named it Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. There's a lot of people who would not have been following it and would have gone, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go into this game and be all sweet," and then you
Yeah,
play
that's
it
a
and you're like,
Fox and Aqua, like just.
"Who is Roxas? What are nobodies?
Who is Ventus? Why does Ventus look like Roxas?
Who is Ventus? Why is this Sora, Dark Sora being here? Who is this?
Why
What
is
the
Sora
Dreamworld?
asleep?"
Why is
Also,
Sleepy so powerful now?
Also, I want to have
Who is
Sora
that?
added into Smash Brothers with Roxas as like a, what's it called, a
An
costume
acrobat.
change, an alternate.
Oh hell
Yes.
yeah! I agree with that.
He should be
That
one of
would
the
be
tag team
fucking
partners
awesome.
that jumps in.
Oh.
No, his final smash is Donald and Goofy show up and get in everyone else's way.
Oh.
They should actually be
300%,
useless.
And then Donald will refuse to heal them.
But he'll heal you at 10,
Oh,
and he has
God.
3 charges.
Yeah, but no, like, I mean, we talked about this, I think, on the last episode before Jack joined us. And it was like, who we would want to see in Smash Brothers. And I've got a new character I want to see in Smash
Oh,
Brothers.
here we go.
You guys are going to laugh. Anyone who's played NBA 2K19 knows of a character called Marcus Young, right? You play in the D League, which is like the second grade, and like NBA, so you like they're just below the NBA. And this guy is the most fucking. You remember Eric Sparrow from Tony Hawk's Underground? How you wanted to just punch him in the face? He is that guy reincarnated as a basketball player. Like, I don't know. And to top it off, the ending. Okay, so spoiler alert for NBA 2K19. So I'm sorry to anyone who's playing that for the story, but at the end of the game, he makes an NBA team. You get one game with the Lakers, and I lost that fucking game. No joke. I tried at least 16 times to win that game. I'm convinced it can't be done. In the last game I played, I had 16 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds, and we lost by 20. So I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I think he just stays in the league.
Mm.
But, mate, and you start off playing in China. It was all great up until the commentary was in Mandarin as well, because I don't speak Mandarin.
I can imagine that might probably makes it a little bit difficult. Although
It does.
Although I've played WWE games and I'd probably wish to not understand the commentary.
Oh, come on. The WWE games have quote-unquote great commentary, Jack.
I feel like
Right?
I've heard the same commentary for 10 years.
Because you probably have. You know it's bad when I can play SmackDown vs. Raw, the original, and then, like, the same commentary could still be played?
More than likely.
I don't need to be reminded Triple H is the cerebral assassin anymore.
Oh my god, he's broken him in half. I don't need to hear that again.
So, this week, we released the first episode of the Grind Spot.
Hell yeah, we did. Well done.
Oh,
Anth.
you're welcome.
Anth, you're the boy.
Yeah, boy.
And
He is the boy.
I want to give a special shout out to Amph, because obviously he did the Grind Spot. And to something else. Amph's name, when we record this, comes up as late again as usual. And for once, he was the first person online tonight.
Yeah, that's actually impressive. I was the one who was.
Mate,
Actually,
It's also not correct.
that was not correct because
what were you?
Jack was
I
on
was on
first.
first.
Yeah.
Oh,
But to be fair, you were on
the twist.
you were on the podcast before Jack, though. So Jack's disqualified because he still hasn't shown up on episode 1.
Fair.
He was late for 15 episodes.
Yeah. Also, it's funny because the next 3 episodes, Josh won't be here,
Yeah.
and I can just picture him like tuning in weekly to listen about how much we fuck up the podcast without him.
I'm just gonna listen in. You hear a faint screaming sound from the mountains. What is that?
Oh man, no, like.
Why does that sound like Josh? I didn't think it was on the podcast.
You know what I would love to see, like, as a thing? I want to see games set in Australia with proper Australian stereotypes.
Dead Island.
I've said this to you before. Before, Charbs. I want Forza to have been really Australian based, and so you go through western suburbs and people were just doing stupid things, double parking, can't actually park, hit your
Man,
car.
Is Jack angry?
You know what? I want like an Australian dub of some games as well. Can you imagine GTA 4 with an Australian dub?
The Aussie
Instead
dub
of-
GTA.
Oh yeah, Nico, me cousin, eh? Like, tell me you would not pay good money for
I
that.
pay good money
Just for the
at
shits and gigs.
every scene where they're being very serious and crimey, just to be like really normal. And
Well, at least
then
the
they
cops won't shoot you on
scream
sight.
at pedestrians when they're walking past them.
Oh my god, Jack.
You know how San Andreas has the low rider mini games. Could you imagine
Yeah.
fucking a burnout mini game? It's like, yeah, you didn't see nothing, bruh.
Fucking oath I can.
You didn't see nothing,
Fucking oath
bruh.
I can. Your passive income is Centrelink. That would be... I would pay money for that. I would pay good fucking money for that.
Oh my god.
And like the stealth parties, you gotta go to like your fucking job search without being seen by the boys. I just want a game that's like quintessentially Australian, you know? Like I don't mind if it's a game where you're a drug dealer, but instead of like the normal stereotypical drug dealing games where like you gotta drive to a secluded spot where no one knows and it's an ambush, you should be sneaking pingers in a DEFCON. That's how the game should work.
But just broad
It's
daylight,
just-
like, here you go, mate.
Yeah, but no, because the game would have stealth elements to it because you gotta get past the police stocks. And like,
But they're also
You know
going to
what?
kick you out at 2 a.m.
yeah. Also, the game would suck because if it was set in Sydney, there'd be no nightlife past 11 p.m.
Oh, another mini game. You know how there's a dance mini game? What's
Yeah.
the name of that fucking like hard dance? The one that goes, wait, where they do this erratic movement. I think it's the Muzz or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to pretend I know what you're talking about.
Jack, it's funny because Jack is like the least lad-ish person here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
No, but it's funny because I'm sorry, I still want that burnout minigame Amph mentioned.
So do you guys?
The only
do you guys know why there really aren't any video games with like Australian folklore and culture in it?
well, considering the way we approach video games, I'm certain the Australian government would have a cry.
If you
Just
want to
can't afford it.
include traditional, like Native Australian folklore or anything like that, you have to get permission from an elder.
I was
I
going to
think
say
if
it'd probably
it-
be highly racist, yeah.
Mm.
Actually, you got a good point.
I mean, I remember the game that I remember best for being set in Australia was a level of Tony Hawk's Underground 2, where did any of you play it?
I
Nope.
think I played 2.
I played the
Yeah, I
game,
played-
but I don't remember.
I think I
the
played-
Oh my god! In Tony Hawk's Underground 2, the plot, and I'm being serious, is Tony Hawk and Bam Margera build teams, and they go on a thing called World Destruction Tour. So you have to like pretty much fuck up any city you go to. And when you get to Australia, so every level had 4 characters you could play as. A pro from the team that you're on, you, the created character, a secret skater, and then another secret character who wouldn't be on a skateboard. And I shit you not, when you get to the Australia level, what do you think the secret character was?
Oh no.
Steve Irwin.
A bunyip.
No.
Oh, Steve Irwin's skateboarding would be amazing.
Actually, better yet, the secret character with the skateboard, who do you think it was?
Was it a bunyip?
No.
A drop bear?
What I'm about to say is true. It was a bloke barbecuing shrimp on the Barbie skateboarding.
That is disgusting.
That's amazing.
Now, that's with the skateboard. What do you think the character without the skateboard is? I guarantee you are not going to believe me.
Alright, go ahead.
Now, have a guess. I want you to guess.
I can't. I'm not in there.
What's the stupidest thing you could do?
He's literally dressed like Steve Irwin.
No. What it was an Aboriginal on a go-kart.
Oh no.
Now, I'm going to tell you how you unlock him. In the middle of Bondi... Okay, so the Australia level is set around Bondi Beach, yeah? Now, it turns out in the middle of Bondi Beach, they're building a statue for a mascot called Kenny the Koala. Now, when you... there was a trick called... There was a trick... Trust me, it gets better. There's a trick called a nada spin where you, like, spin on a pole. When you do that for 5 seconds at this one near the fucking koala statue, you actually, like, fuck up a fire hydrant, and you wake up one of the construction workers who was asleep, and he swings the head of the koala and he knocks down a wall, and you literally go to, like, an outback-ish area, and the Aboriginal person's in there, and I think he says something along the lines of, "Oh, mate, you found me. I'll be happy for you to give me go-kart a run." Or something like that.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
This is completely true. And if you want, you can look it up. There's also, it's funny because there's so many just Australian stereotypes in there. I remember the funniest thing you could do is you could, like, jump on and grind, like, Telstra phone booths and shit.
Oh my god.
Oh man, it was fucking great. I would love to have the Tony Hawk's Underground games back on PS4. Seriously.
Oh my god, man.
I can't think of much Australian representation in games.
I guess there really isn't much. Well, that's not like put another shrimp on the bar.
Not specifically, but Borderlands the pre-sequel had some pretty good Australian-based
Yeah,
missions.
that was developed here in Australia.
Yeah,
And I think one of the guns was voiced by Shazza from Houses, I think.
Well, no.
So,
Better than that, there is literally a Jolly Swagman quest, essentially.
Oh, I like that. That's kind of cool.
They literally go through... The guy's near a lava river. He's got his little sack. It was because the cops came, and the guy ends up dying. But it's just...
Oh my god!
Because he got taken by the cops.
Was he singing at the time?
I think the voiceover for it is, yeah. Oh,
God.
so good.
No, but it's funny because, like, there's only a few characters I can think of that are Aussie in games, just off the top of my head.
Junkrat.
There's Chloe Fraser, who's half Australian from Uncharted. There's... Who else is there? There's Junkrat, obviously. Roadhog, I believe, is Kiwi.
Yeah,
he's a New Zealander. Yeah, so... who else? Sniper from TF2 was Aussie. I don't remember that because I can't remember who I was talking to last night. I think it was you, Josh, or Amph. One of you mentioned that someone from TF2 just screamed out "wanker" every time he kills someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that's Sniper from TF2 because he's Aussie. And funny, one of his. I still love the fact that TF2 had some great humor in it. Like the fact that the Aussie, the Sniper has a weapon that's literally a jar of piss. Oh man.
Well,
But yeah, outside of that, I can't think of any other Australians in games.
In Sly 3, I've played the demo of Sly 3. Yeah, I think he plays this fucking sage koala. Or wombat, I'm not sure.
Sage
Is this
koala?
Brinky Bill?
Barinki Beer.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure. No, like it's basically like, you know how like Sly Cooper is like it's got a hell lot of stealth sections, or stealth is part of the genre. No, like you.
I can't imagine why a game about a thieving raccoon would be stealthy.
Yeah, you play as this koala, and
Not the way you would play him, Charbs.
Why not? I just walked up to blokes and smacked them across the head with my cane. Got the job
Yeah,
done.
you play as this koala. You're defenseless as fuck. You just use this fucking rod that, like, I think just makes distractions, or you transform into like objects and shit.
That's exactly how koalas
What
work.
is this? What is this game?
Sly 3, Sly.
You never played Sly? Oh, you never had a PS2.
Yeah, mate.
I never played Sly either.
So I've never met someone who wasn't from planet Earth, Josh.
Oh, that hurts.
Man, how? I'm sorry to change the subject. I honestly don't know how you grew up without a PS2. It was like a rite of passage for anyone our
It's
age.
easy. I had the Nintendos and I had an Xbox, so I still got my fill.
Yeah,
At least he gamed still.
yeah, you had
Yeah, at least he gamed. At least he gamed.
He can be accepted.
Yeah, you experienced Voodoo Vince.
Oh, Voodoo Vince.
Yeah, that's a pretty good game.
Oh, that's a good game. Pick it up on Steam. It's pretty good.
I came by that game by chance. I never thought it existed until I bought it from the markets once, and
Yeah,
I never regretted it.
it's a good. Have either of you two played Voodoo Vince?
No, I haven't, but I know
well,
of
aren't
it.
you fucking Martians?
Mate, get fucked. You know how many games I still have in my on my PlayStation that I haven't played? Starting with The Witcher.
Yeah, that's on my
Whoa.
that's on my to-do list at some point.
Oh,
It's just
that's
I
it.
have news.
That's how. Oh, here we go.
The guy who wrote the Witcher books is suing CD Projekt Red.
yeah,
What?
that's gonna be. Wait, are you seriously not up to date on that?
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, you did mention it. You sent it. You sent it as a link to me yesterday.
He's suing for $16 million of royalties because in the original contract,
That's US.
when they gave him he gave them the rights, he didn't think the games would do well at all, so he didn't bother negotiating anything for profit margins.
Wow.
That
That's
sounds
fucking
like
great.
you fucked up, my dude.
He's also heavily criticised the games in general,
Yeah,
and he
apparently
hasn't liked them a
really-
lot.
yeah, apparently
The
he did.
only thing, as much as people might not like it because of he has had quite a bit of a go at the games, he might have somewhat of a case with because how Polish sort of copyright works. What I've looked at is that
Jack, how much do you know about Polish copyright laws?
More than
not a
us.
lot, but this is what I've been
I was
reading.
gonna-
This is
I was
what
going to
I've
say,
been
because I
reading.
know fuck all about him.
No. What they're saying is that there's potentially a cause for basically if the compensation doesn't match the generated outcome later on, then people can be compensated.
Huh, that's a weird
Retroactively?
stipulation with law.
Yeah, so basically it's like, it's made like $1 million and you got like $500. You weren't fairly
It sounds like this.
compensated
I'm
for
glad
your-
I'm not Polish.
Well, look, that's the only way he's gonna potentially get some. But yeah, it's for a guy who's behaved on the game. That's not gonna look great, and that probably won't decide the decision if it goes to court. It doesn't really hold you in good stead. Good stead.
Yeah. It seems like a little. Apparently, he's really looking forward to the Netflix series.
Yeah.
I think he might respect TV media more than he does video
That's
games.
the apparent thing that he doesn't really
Mm.
respect the gaming franchise or gaming industry.
It's kind of weird, man. Like to see someone in this day and age.
Yeah. It's a shame because The Witcher 3, even though I haven't finished it yet or haven't gotten around to it so much, it's one of the most polished games in 2014.
I'm gonna murder you.
Get out.
Yeah.
And
I'm
it's been
sending
safe
a
on
fist
podcast.
bump.
I'm gonna go kill him. I know he really lives.
Oh yeah, you do.
Man, in one episode we've lost Josh because he doesn't have a PS2. We've lost Amp. Jack, it's me and you now.
Oh god. So this will be the last episode.
Yes, Calm Rage and Red Dead.
Because I cannot survive.
Although
I cannot
I will
survive a
say this.
podcast with the Charbs every week.
Oh, come on, mate. It's not that hard.
I have to survive with you every other time. When I'm not talking about the podcast. The other
Oh,
two are my
God.
relief from you.
Oh, You guys should be fucking touched.
In a weird roundabout way.
Yeah, we're a little touched in the head, so that's fine.
Nah, but you know what? The thing that I've been hyped up now for the last 45 minutes for is Josh rapping.
Oh my god, no.
Excuse me?
I forgot this! I was supposed to think of what I was supposed to say.
I got the beat coming.
Don't put on the beat. Don't do this to me.
I got the beat coming.
Hold on.
I will not do it to the beat.
Hold
I
on.
absolutely refuse.
No. Don't do it to the beat just in case there's some latency.
Yeah, there's probably-
But Josh,
probably gonna get
you are
fired.
gonna do this shit a cappella.
No, this is a story.
Now this is the story, all about how I forgot I was doing intros and now I have to improvise something here, so here are my friend Charbs, Jack and Amp.
Doot, doot.
I didn't say I had anything good, I had to improvise. I thought of it 5 seconds before the podcast started.
Oh my god, that was actually fucking funny as hell.
Oh god. Why did you have
Just-
to punctuate it?
Because it's just the sheer fucking, like the comedy of Josh rapping.
Ah yes, because I am indeed the whitest boy.
I don't know, you got competition with Jack.
I don't know. Jack, how much
Uh,
spice can you handle?
How much spice?
Yes.
I'm not bad on spice, to be honest.
We have no clear winner. Alright, well, come back next time for 3 weeks of just these three. You guys...
Man, wow, you made that sound like a downturn. Come on, mate, you should have some faith in us.
Alright then. For the next 3 weeks will be these three, and they will stay on topic the entire time and bring you high energy content.
Okay, I never said you had to have that much faith in us.
It'll be in the exact same quality as always, and maybe even more. Who knows? I hear that Amp's writing for the grind spot is gonna make it into it.
What?
Amp,
What?
how do you pronounce prior?
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna let this go. But you said it
Prior.
4 times in the span of 20 seconds.
Prayer.
Hey, I don't know why you're laughing at him, Josh. Should we bring up the misspelling that you did again in our assignment back at uni?
Was this riffle or is this dispatcho?
Fucking
Sure.
both.
Both now.
Both. Hey, I'm actually dyslexic, so it's fine.
As long as you didn't say something like Decapitio or something like that.
DiCaprio. Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's a headless
man.
DiCaprio.
Leonardo
Look,
DiCaprio.
I mean, we all make mistakes. For example, we were just kicking back yesterday in the Discord. Do you want to tell them about my mistake?
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
No, I got this. So we were fucking around with, like, talking about flat earthers and Australia isn't real and that. You know, casual banter.
The normal stuff.
Yeah, and Jack, you heard it. Did he tell you about this?
Not in great detail.
So,
I
Sharp...
gave him the cliff notes.
Alright, well, Sharp, like, we were talking about that, and he was pretending to be, like, a flat earther. Like, you've never actually, like, seen the curvature of the earth. He went, you've never really seen the sun and the moon and the sky at the same time. That's ridiculous for one thing. And I thought
And then
he was
I come
fucking with
around.
us. And then Ant comes around with the baseball bat of truth. Someone apparently forgot what an eclipse was.
I was silent for like the next 5 minutes out of shame.
Just like, oh no.
I literally double checked to make sure I hadn't muted my mic, and I was like, no. Because Josh was like, man, we bullied him into silence, and I looked and my mic was still on. I'm like, wow, I've literally just been silent out of shame.
Sitting there like, oh no. Hey dude, I attempted to like,
I know we broke him.
I attempted to rap, alright? It's fine. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, no, we're even. We're
How
even.
can we follow up? How can
Um,
we follow up quality content like that?
You're next.
well, I mean,
you're next,
Your
Jack. With
intro is next week. I hope you can pull up your bootstraps.
you're also next with the grind spot.
Oh right, yeah, Jack is doing a
Yay.
grind spot on the Spider-Man game, right?
Spidey-Man.
Spider-Man.
Also, Josh threatened me earlier on. I'm sorry,
Yes.
but we do have to be transparent with this. Josh threatened to have Jack do the Red Dead episode of the Grind Spot.
Yeah, I did actually.
Without playing one, I'll just play
Yeah,
two.
you're just gonna play,
and not be able to appreciate any of
watch,
it.
half a Let's Play.
Yeah.
You're gonna watch.
So, yeah,
I
man,
got a fair idea of it.
it's like, I can tell he's making it up because at the end he said John Marston rides into the sunset. He like makes an alternate ending when John Marston rides off into the sunset and his family live happily ever after.
You know, as it always ended. Oh,
Man. Oh man, that ending still fucking hurts.
What if
I
he's
know,
actually
I
Woody?
know.
What if he's actually a zombie?
No, Woody. He's Woody.
You got a friend in me. Oh god. Oh god.
Fuck Ross. Though.
Yeah, but I
Fuck
am gonna
Ross.
make good on that threat. If you don't do it, someone's got to do it, man.
And that someone can be if.
If we're,
I know the lack of an arse face might not be a great thing.
Are you kidding?
But-
Cowboy McGee will be coming in.
Charbs,
Oh.
Charbs, you can literally ask me. I can edit the video for you if you want me to. You can just give me the audio and the footage. I can make the video for you.
Alright, can do.
By the way, this is how we.
Do you also want my BSB and account number?
Probably.
Oh, hey, no,
But I
man.
have your social security number and or photo ID. Just give me your one.
Oh my god.
Can I please have your S? I'll bring my FPOS machine.
I love the fact. This is how we make all our content. Just like I'm gonna do the thing.
And then also charge him for a
It's-
minimum surcharge fee.
Sorry, it's gonna be. It has to be a minimum of $10.
Okay, places that charge a minimum
I knew this
for places that charge a minimum in 2018. Give me the shits.
It's because there actually is a fee when you
I don't care. That's not my fault. It's my fault that you priced a bottle of water at $2. Now I can't help it if you want me to pay 10
Yeah, but you're
for it.
gonna walk in and they go, yeah, water's $10.
Man, it's a fucking joke.
You know how quickly
It
you'll
gets-
become a communist if water costs $10?
Man, I remember once I went into like a little corner store, yeah? All I wanted was a bottle of Coke, alright? Simple enough. So I go to the fridge, grab the bottle of Coke, take it to the counter, and the guy says, sorry man, there's a $5 minimum. He goes, if you want, just buy a chocolate. No, you're not gonna fucking goat me into buying a chocolate for your Coke. I literally went, put the Coke back and went somewhere else. Places with minimums should not exist.
Is that just an Australian thing? Is there a...
I honestly
think so.
don't know.
I don't think so. I feel like I've heard someone else complain about it. It's not Australian. But I agree. It's sort of like, come on, man. If you go into the lengths of having the FPOS machine, you may as...
You know what we should do? We should dedicate the last 10 minutes of every podcast to just everything that can go fuck themselves.
That's all of
You know, like-
podcasts.
That's the rest of the podcast as well.
You
No,
understand?
I mean non-game related stuff.
Let me give you the average rundown of our podcast. Angry. Red Dead's pretty good. Fuck gaming in general. Alright,
Ass
this has
face.
been the Save File podcast. Fuck this other thing.
No, but I mean stuff that's not game related, like hug mugs. Hug mugs can go fuck themselves.
Excuse me?
Hug mugs are the stupidest thing.
Hug mugs.
Yeah.
Explain.
Okay, in 2018, we have enough fucking whatever to make fucking handles on our cups. I should not have to grip it like it's a fucking broken coconut.
This is the pettiest thing I've ever heard.
Oh mate, I've got plenty more where that came
In
from.
other news on first world problems,
Another thing that can go fuck themselves. Alright, who do you guys eat your pizza whole, like crust and everything, or do you leave the crust?
What the
I eat the crust.
eat the whole
who
thing.
the fuck doesn't eat
What a
the
waste
crust?
of a pizza.
Fuck the people who eat the pizza and then just leave the crust, chuck it on the ground, or leave it in the box.
What the fuck?
Nah,
Who does that?
No, F, I can go one better than that. Fuck the people who take the crust off slices of bread.
what? Oh yeah, nah, fuck those people.
People are like, oh yeah, I want this sandwich with no crust.
Hey, it's fine, man.
It's like, I'd like to make money with no tax as well. We don't live in that kind of world, mate.
It's not that.
Suck it up and eat the crust.
I'm defending it too much.
Nothing
They're
is
gonna
in
catch
personal
on.
problems.
If you like take off the crust of like what banana bread, then nah.
Okay.
Take the crust
Well,
off
okay, I know Jack's stance. Needless to say, I disagree with it. Jack, shut up before you say anything.
Here we go.
Josh. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I knew
You
that's what
already
this was
know
heading.
the answer is yes.
Does pineapple belong on a pizza?
Pick a side, eh?
Pressure is on, cuz.
Oh, here comes like the decision making. This is like some Mass Effect shit right now. Holy shit.
Paragon.
I picture it like Life is Strange, like a little message popped up on his screen. This action will have consequences.
This person is confused.
Charbel, Josh, and Jack will remember that.
Yeah, I'll remember this.
Alright, fucking. I lock in, yes.
Yes!
What?
Jack,
What is wrong with all
Jack,
of
I
you?
need you before the podcast ends now. Tweet out that pineapple belongs on pizza.
Jack, I swear to God, I am.
Hey.
You will write into tweet. This is not endorsed by Charbel.
Hey, guys,
3
you
out of 4
did-
doctors. What would say?
All I can say is...
Three out of 4 podcast hosts said pineapple belongs on pizza. New studies show.
This is endorsed by 3 tertiary
All I can
educated.
say is... Psych. Psych, guys. Psych. I'm siding with you, Charbs.
And now there's a...
My boy!
Jack, I'm sorry, I'm leaving you for 3 weeks with these two.
Dear God.
Just for that, I'm going to have a day in the next 3 weeks. Both of you will be over and we're going to have non-pineappled pizza.
So, sorry, Josh, is there... I don't know where you're going, but can I come?
I'm going to New Zealand.
I'll come New
Yeah,
Zealand.
come on, we're going to New Zealand.
Well, they do have better internet
They
speeds.
do. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Why the fuck is our internet so bad? I'm sorry, I'm very angry now.
Don't go driving though, 'cause petrol's like $2 a litre.
Isn't Kenya one of the fastest internets?
No,
It's faster than ours.
it's faster than...
Wait,
No,
Yeah.
who?
I
didn't
told
hear.
you this, Amp. It's the Congo. The Congo has fucking better internet than us.
How though?
What?
I don't know. Okay, Australia legitimately is one of the worst countries for internet in the world. And we're a fucking first world country! Fuck it, communism needs to rise for just like 30 minutes.
30 minutes? What?
Just let one pass.
Just until everyone gets NBN and then upgrades further from that.
Yes.
So I've kindly looked this up for you. Countries with the fastest internet.
Thanks, Abbott.
Sweden should be up there.
You would be surprised that Sweden is not number 1, they are second.
Oh my god, really?
Isn't number 1 Korea? South Korea, I should say.
No.
Who is it?
Singapore.
Huh.
With mean download speed being 60 megabits per second.
I hate them.
Jesus.
I hate them. Sometimes we don't even get a meg. And we're like, wow, it's
Now-
fast!
Let me just go down this list. Singapore,
Yep.
Sweden,
Yep.
Denmark,
Alright,
Norway,
okay.
Romania,
Oh.
Belgium,
What?
Netherlands,
Huh?
Luxembourg,
Luxembourg?
Hungary, Switzerland. Then let me go to the
Please explain.
20th is United States.
What?
25th is Germany.
What?
What?
33rd is Canada. And Australia with a whopping mean download speed of 11.69.
Oh my god.
52nd.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
Okay, I'm not normally a conspiracy theorist, but I'm fucking calling it. Someone purposely made it
Are
11.69.
we? Are we?
There is someone in Parliament nudging his mate, saying, "Hey mate, check out what I did to your infrastructure." There's gotta
Someone's
be.
that petty.
No, it's perfect. Never change it.
Oh my god.
That's why the NBN's being delayed. Because someone's got this funny joke with their mate in Parliament.
No, we're gonna get up to. We're gonna be 420. That'll be the new speed.
Ha!
Hold on, Jack. What's the top
Oh,
speed? What's the top speed in the world?
60.39.
60.
Oh, good. It's only 6 times as fast.
Only.
Oh.
It's so jarring.
Why are we so low? Who is above us? Who are like the 5 people above us?
I am trying to find the full league table. Hang on.
And how far is fucking Kenya?
Kenya's above us, I think.
Kenya's actually...
That was the highlights of it, but okay, here we go.
Alright then.
Alright. So, some countries that I haven't heard of. Andorra is above us.
Okay.
Hong Kong, yeah, United States. Slovakia is 21st.
No! He wins.
That's that small country off the side of Africa. That small little island that plays host to some fun movies.
What, Madagascar has better internet than us?
It's 22nd.
You're seriously.
Its population is mostly lemurs.
Was Marty fucking wiring fiber to the premises over there or something?
It's 24. They have 24 megabits a second.
Please tell me.
That's more than double our
Are you
median.
going to tell me that Antarctica's above us as well?
Possibly.
What, it surprised me? What, are penguins clogging up the network?
So New Zealand's 26th. So they're literally half.
Can you imagine someone like Antarctica has like a bad network? Someone's like, get the fucking penguins off the server.
I bet it's
The
all those
reviving Club
gamers
Penguin.
clogging up the system.
Takes a new man to
Oh
Club Penguin.
man.
Czech, Slovenia, Portugal, the Republic of Korea, all above us. Ireland,
No, I'll never
Austria,
accept the Irish league
Barbados.
above us.
Thailand, Macau, Croatia, Italy, Gibraltar, Republic of Moldova, Malta, Russia, Malaysia, Aruba, Serbia, Turks and Caicos Islands, then Australia at 52.
Who's the next one below us?
Kosovo,
Suck it, Kosovo! We're winning!
Guernsey, the Cayman Islands,
What the fuck?
Trinidad and Tobago, and then Greece.
Are you telling me our internet is only slightly better than a country with negative money?
Yeah.
Greece.
Okay, here's a fun one. Would you like to guess the 5 worst?
Oh man.
Are we on there?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna guess.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to read you the speeds out for a sec. So this is the last 15 on the list. This is 200 countries.
Alright.
Yeah.
There is not one above 1.
Oh wow.
God.
Yeah! So this is going from 185th to 200. Mayotte, Vanuatu,
Okay.
Mali, Tajikistan, Djibouti, which I'm sure I've butchered, Congo, the Republic of the Congo, Burkina Faso, which I've also butchered,
Oh, I was wrong.
Niger, Syria, Mauritania, Guinea, Somalia, Turkmenistan, East Timor, and 200th with a whopping speed of 0.31 megabits is Yemen.
Yemen!
Poor Yemens. You know, I hear they finally got to the 90s the other day.
There's
Yeah,
this one
like-
bloke in Yemen. It's like tell him to get off the phone. I'm trying to download the Game of Thrones.
It was
Probably the
acceptable
strangest
in the
thing
80s.
there. The strangest thing there in that list is that they have more IP. Yemen has more IPs than the rest of the 15 I mentioned combined. Yeah, that's the other thing on the list. There's number of distinct IPs.
Oh, that's so sad. Because we're a joke with how bad ours is. And I was wrong about the Congo.
Oh my god.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. The internet is not like a fun thing that you don't need.
Oh, this is a I didn't realise the other fun thing they've got on this. So Singapore,
Yeah.
time to download a typical HD movie will take 11 minutes, 18 seconds. Australia will take 58 minutes and 23 seconds. Yemen has to wait 36 hours,
Oh my God.
52 minutes, 20 seconds.
36
Damn, imagine-
hours.
36 hours.
Imagine being someone in Yemen and you're like, yeah, I've pre-ordered Red Dead Redemption digitally. I can't wait to download 105
To be able
gigs.
to play it before Red Dead Redemption 3 comes
They're
out.
the only games that they actually own are Persona 5 and Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest.
The Journey of
Oh.
Arseface. Journey of Arseface.
Long live Lord Arseface. This has been the Save File podcast. Joining me today has been Big Mac.
Yo.
He's late again as usual, except not today, Am.
What's Amph?
I'm sorry.
What's an
The
ant?
legendary
what's-
Arseface himself.
Yo. Sorry, I missed that because I was talking over the top of it.
Sorry, the legendary Arseface himself.
Oh, great.
You gonna sign
I
off,
don't-
Amp, or
I
am I gonna have to skip past you? I've
I'm
been blocking you in the
signing
podcast for another week. Did you not learn?
Hey, what's up?
And the Tweetmeister.
Damn straight. It's been Jack.
And it's me, Josh. Sharp Bell and Amp. I'm taking this. Signing off.
Signing off.
Signing off.
This is so bad. We
Oh.
just talked about internet speeds. Yeah, that was actually great. Alright, see you.